Morning. So today I'm going to solve a little issue that people have asked about over the past year, and late last year I did some testing on these Mclanes and I figured out a way to lower the cutting height, and that's one of the questions that people continually ask. And let me explain. This is the model that I recommend. This is the GR series 25 inch with the Honda. And I have 4 basic rules when buying a reel mower that you have to comply with all 4 of those rules. And that's what leads me to this model here. So rule number 1 is you have to get a 25 inch. If you buy smaller than a 25 inch, the cutting, the wider the reel mower, the better the cut. It's not that it's going to speed up your cut. Even though it does, it's not gonna, doesn't depend on your yard size. The wider the cut, the less the mower follows all your independent uneven marks. Does that make sense? So if you have one that's 48 inches wide, just imagine a 48 inch wide reel mower versus a 12 inch wide reel mower. The 12 inch one is gonna follow all that stuff, where a 48 inch wide is gonna sort of just evenly cut it across. So 25 inch is the minimum width that I will buy, period. Number 2, I have to be able to work on it. Even though I'm not a mechanic, I want to be able to take this thing apart and work on it myself. I don't want to have to take it to a shop. I don't want to have to send it off. I want to be able to backlap it myself. When you reel mow, you typically double your reel mowing time. You're cutting shorter and you're cutting a lot more, which means that we backlap our reels. We backlap our reels probably once a month, just a real light backlap. And I want to be able to backlap it in 15 minutes and be done with it. And I do not want to have to send off anything to have it sharpened. So you can backlap these yourself. What's my other rule? My other rule is the problem when you get up to 25 inch or above reel mowers, they get real expensive. There are better reel mowers than this. There are, European made, high quality. There are electric. There's all kinds of reel mowers. But the problem is when you follow rule number 1, which is 25 inches or wider, you start to get real expensive. It's like $3,500 to $6,500 for a reel mower in that class, because they start to classify them as commercial. So you can get this model shipped to your door. So it's about $1,900 plus shipping, which puts it at just like $2,000 or something. And that includes the mower, a Honda engine, 25 inches, a front roller, everything. It does not include the catcher. The catcher is like $120 if you want a catcher. So I think the average homeowner is not going to spend $4,000 on a reel mower. Even for the average homeowner, I think $2,000 is probably a real commitment. But if you want to get into reel mowing, this is the best. You can work on this thing. It's 25 inches wide and you can backlap it yourself. And all the parts, you can order all the parts and you can work on it yourself. So those are kind of my rules that I follow. Now, the GR series has a 1 lever system here that adjusts the height. Now, regardless of what you read online, as it comes, this model will cut 3/4 of an inch up to about 1.5 inches based on this setup. It will not cut lower than 3/4 of an inch. But some people want to cut lower than 3/4 of an inch. So I'll give you my sort of fairly inexpensive solution for this. The model comes with this front roller here. And I will tell you, we tested solid rollers, these rollers, different grooved rollers, and this roller, the roller that it comes with, is the best performing roller that we have found. Why is that? It's because it has the most bite to it. All reel mowers have a tendency to sort of float a little bit because you have that smooth roller, and so they have a tendency to float. This roller, for some reason, bites better than any other roller. It holds a true line real steady. Okay, so this is what I cut with the majority of the time. However, if there's a point, maybe I want to do a scalp, maybe I want to take my yard down real short in the springtime before I switch over, You can order one of these rollers. I'll put a link to it. It's from Real Rollers. It'll cost you about 150 bucks. But there's a difference, there's a very slight difference that allows you to go from 3/4 to below 1/2 inch. So you can cut probably, I would say, just below 1/2 inch, that little difference that a lot of people are looking for. Let me explain why that is. Number one, the distance from this bolt here to the center of your roller is about 1/4 inch shorter. So that drops the front down a little bit. Number two, the actual roller diameter is about, maybe about 1/4 inch, just over 1/4 inch small. This one is just under 2.5. And this one is about 1/4 inch wider. So you're picking up about 1/4 inch here and about 1/4 inch on the radius of the actual roller. And that will drop your bed knife way down. So you can get really low on this thing now. So if I take it down to the lowest position, I can barely get a finger under that thing. So it's down just above 1/4 inch. When I put this on there, the lowest is about 3/4 inch. So all I do, if you want to change this out, you order this. I'll link to the Real Roller solid one. Now they do offer a groove roller. Honestly, I'd save a little bit of money and probably just go with the solid. There isn't that much of a performance difference between their solid and their groove. Basically, I'll show you here. I actually replaced it. You just take this rod out and this screw right here, and you replace it. Now I put it at a certain position. I'll show you the position I put it at, which is the top and the first pin right here. So here's how you do this. You take off that front roller, and then we're going to install this roller, and we're going to install this roller on the upper hole up here. So the higher the roller, the lower the bed knife is going to be. Just put this roller back in on the top one. So, let me explain how this works. You're going to potentially bust your knuckles. So, you just remove this rod. You thread that rod through right in here. Now I've got it on the top hole, and this arm has to also go through there. I made the mistake of not putting it through. Put your little bushing in here. And this goes, pain in the butt. That goes back into that hole. What I've done is I've taken this stock roller off. I've put on the solid roller. I've put it on the very top hole. Tighten it back up. When you're putting this rod on, you have to slide it through this swing arm. The swing arm I actually installed in the lower hole here. And now when I am on my lowest cutting height, I am, just above 1/4 inch. On this unit, so basically I've tilted it down like this. That means you have the A, B, C effect. If I do A and B, there's an effect somewhere else. So because I'm tilting down a bit, your wheel may have to be adjusted. You may have to adjust your wheel. So when you drop your wheel down, you may not get really good contact. So what you need to do is just loosen this right up here and make sure that you're getting really good contact with your wheel. I just cut her, and sure thing, I'm gonna have to drop that wheel down some because it was slipping a little bit because the front's down low now. So I have to drop that wheel down, but you can see how low we cut it here, I think. That's pretty low right there. Again, I'd say that's 1/2 inch or lower right there.
pretty darn low.
So that little tip will help a lot of people out that have asked that question. Now, they do offer a Greenskeeper series, a GK series, and I have one of those too. So this is the GK series, the Greenskeeper. Instead of having a lever, it has these independent adjustments on it. But the problem with this, that model is designed to cut really low. This model will cut 1/8 of an inch, but it only goes up to about 3/4 of an inch. So it's designed for very, very, very low grass. So I don't recommend the GK series for most people. But the problem in the past has been that some people want to go a little bit lower with the GR series, and that will solve it. And it really isn't, it takes you about 10-15 minutes to swap out the rollers. So what you can do is, you know, maybe in the springtime where you're wanting that little bit lower, you want to scalp and you want to keep your lawn really low, just use that solid roller and then switch it out once the summertime comes, when maybe you bump it up to 3/4 or an inch, then just switch it out to the regular roller. Like I said, it just makes sense. It's an easy way to fix it. Hope this has helped. Click subscribe. We got a bunch of work we're getting ready to do. Doc.